True Business Talk with Tom and Till.
So we got an interesting question that's pretty interesting for us both. Are degrees in entrepreneurship, or let's say in business, are they worth it? Want to start, Tom?
Degree in business.
Yeah.
I think it's worthless. I think taking a couple classes in business is worth it. Like, you should take a class on probably business law. You should take a class on economics just to see how that works. You should probably take a class on accounting. And then you should leave. Maybe on public speaking, depends what you're going to be doing. Maybe on business writing. But see, that's a couple classes, right? That's a couple skills that you should just have a foundation in. You should at least know like what the words mean if you're reading a... Yeah, like that's the thing, man. If you're reading a business magazine and you can't even understand half of what they're saying, that means you're missing the foundation. Like, you need to learn the concepts.
True.
You don't need to go to school for that, but I mean, it's easier, right? Most people like to go and have a environment that's kind of like already ready. You don't need to figure things out by yourself, people like that. Which is one thing that you also will need to learn when you're in business. Like, you know, things are not defined, things are not structured really well. You got to figure shit out on the fly. So, like, I don't know. But if you are, just take a couple classes and leave. Let the suckers take the rest.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, you mentioned public speaking class. That's would be a really good skill to learn. In my university here in Germany, I have not seen a class for that, especially not in economics. So I took a minor in economics because I thought it would be a good idea, because I wanted to start my own business. I actually did it in the first week of the university, but especially economics did not get me anywhere near to building a better business.
I don't think it does, but taking a basic economics class, you will learn about cycles, about business cycles and economy cycles, and if something happens with the economy here, it has these type of effects usually here, right? So you just learn these basic concepts. It's something you can just wrap your head around. If something's happening, like, oh, okay, if this happened, this is happening, so maybe I can make some money in between. But it's not necessary, though. It's just, you know, I would, if I was only going to take a few of them, I would take business writing, accounting, business law, and public speaking. Those four.
Yeah, that's probably a good choice. Yeah, I like that. Now, one thing I want to mention is I know someone who I worked for in Australia, and he said his MBA was definitely worth it. So he founded his own business, and without his MBA, he said he couldn't do the accounting things and the basics of actually starting a business there. So that's one thing that really stuck in my head. And after that, I took these economy classes, and that helps because I took accounting as well. Yeah,
you should ask him which classes helped you, because I bet you he would just say the same shit. Well, this class and that class and everything else, well, you know, just it was okay.
Yeah. And there's another thing I just heard just this weekend from my business partner in Denmark. That was really interesting, because she said she doesn't have a business degree in that regard, and she cannot speak to, she doesn't have the voice, or she cannot talk with the same terms as academics. So just by not having a degree, by going through the process of writing a diploma thesis, let's say, she didn't learn the skill how to talk to these people. And now in our industry, which is the relocation, there are a lot of people are actually being academics. And now that's a skill that she had to learn after that in a much longer process. So I think that's interesting. What are the people you want to talk to, right? If you if your goal is to make a PhD at one point, of course you need some kind of degree. For entrepreneurship, I mean, Tom, question to you, do you think there are areas in entrepreneurship where you need to speak to academics? Is that a valid argument for you?
No, it's not. I mean, if you told me that if I get a degree, I got to speak to academics, that would be like the one reason I would not get a degree. because I don't want to speak to them. Like, I just don't. Fucking boring.
Huh.
There's no money in that, right? Like, the best way to make money in business is to deal with other businesses, right? Like, I mean, academics. It's like, you know, that's a whole like consumer area, right? Which,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just no, that wouldn't sell me on anything. I mean, it's a very specific business, right? That's also something that you should not give advice to the general population on something like that. You know, like, have a degree so we can speak to academics. Like, what?
Yeah. And also this thing that she said was like one voice, and from like the ratio she said she would have needed it. 99 other people would say I have never needed it, and those people have degrees. So when we shot the Your Own Way Out documentary, most of them said they didn't need it, right?
No, because they were doing regular business. It wasn't so niche. But even if you are in a niche business like that, take the class. Take that one class that will teach you those terms. You know, don't tell people to get a whole degree, right? You just need one class, or you need just a book with terms that the academics use and learn those, right? That doesn't mean you should still be taking all the other classes.
Yeah, I like that. These 4 classes. Accounting, was it general economics? And
well, no,
public speaking.
if I was only going to take 4, then it would be accounting, business law, public speaking, business writing. And then the 5th one, if you feel like it, just a basic economics class, just so you kind of know how things work. And then, obviously, depending on your business, if you're going to be a startup, maybe take one more class in how to get funding or something. If you're going to do the academics thing, just take whatever class you need for that. Just pick and choose. Don't just do everything. You know, that's like you can read yourself to death. You know, you'll never do anything.
Yeah, the problem is you need to take all the classes in order to get a degree. But then
but why do you need a degree to start a business? What the hell you need a degree for to start a business? The only thing that matters in business once you start is your network. I've never seen a network that asks you what kind of degree you've made. The only thing people ask you for is like, well, if you make more than $250,000 a year, you can get into this network. If you make more than $1 million, you get into this network. No one gives a shit about your degree unless they're going to hire you. And if you're going to start a business, you don't want to get hired.
Yeah.
If you liked what you heard, please leave us a review on iTunes.
They do matter.
Also, come and hang out with us on our website, yourownwayout.com. That's yourownwayout.com. See you soon.